What's up, kids? How we doing, everybody? Great to be back on Polymax Particles. Coming back after a long, extended weekend. Took the Friday, took the Monday, bada bing. Next thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. No, next thing you know, you got a 4-day weekend, and I hope you guys had a great time. I missed you guys. Don Peralta, Stevie B, John Joseph, you know what I mean? Gravy Graves. What's going on, you guys? Creative Tony and his freaking poncho that he wore to the game last week. You know what's crazy, Tony? Isn't it nuts to think the PMP night at Oracle Park was 1 week ago today? We're celebrating the 1 week anniversary of a great PMP family outing. Thanks again for coming out, everybody, and I hope everybody had a great weekend. Creative Tony, you're making some adjustments on the set. How you doing? How was your weekend, and how's your head? What's going on, man?
Dude, I'm great, man. Weekend was great. Santa Barbara, phenomenal. Tip of the cap to the San Carlos Missions. We lost in the semis. Great ball game, though. We lost 5-3. You know, in a game like that, at that age, you got to just tip your cap to the other team. This one kid went a complete game against us, or went 5 innings. But beautiful down there, dude. Perfect weather. I mean, perfect weather. A little breezy, sunshiny, swam in the ocean every day. And by the way, the shout out to the ocean temperature of Santa Barbara versus up here in northern.
Oh, night and day, brother. No, it's a whole different world. You can actually go in, you can frolic, you can swim. You're advised, best advised, Creative Tony, if you plan on dipping your toe or full body into the icy waters of the Pacific off the beaches of San Francisco, you might want to rubber suit up. You know what I mean? You might want to get a surfing. Why am I forgetting the name? What are those called? Wetsuit. You might want to throw a wetsuit on. Yeah.
F that is what I say to that, because I hate wearing the wetsuit and swimming, because what I love is to feel the sensation of being submerged in water. So I would rather, go find a nice lake or a river, but I still will jump into the Pacific Ocean in Half Moon Bay or San Francisco. It's just a quick dip versus like a nice lengthy dip down in Santa Barbara. So, and we had the fantasy football draft last night, the PMP fantasy football draft. Great job by Fareed running that thing. Our squad looks good. We don't have any Niners, but it looks good. We can get into that later.
You're talking about our squad. You mean like yours and mine, like the host of the show kind of thing? Okay. I saw the personnel. I checked out some of the personnel. I'm not involved in any of the decisions. I'm just like a ghost, just kind of floating around this thing. But I did see, and I'm leaving it entirely up to you. Look at you with the straw over there, getting fancy pants on us.
Doctor's orders. We'll get into that with Dr. Young with doctor's orders.
Okay, we will. In fact, I want to do that pretty soon, actually. But no, we're going to recap the weekend. I had a couple of pretty cool adventures myself over the weekend. I went up to, have you ever heard, Tony, of Hidden Valley Lake? Have you ever heard of it?
I have, and I've also heard of it. But I've never been.
No, you're Mr. California. Yeah, no, I know this. I know that alleyway. I know that grass hill. Sure, that's a lump of dirt. That's up in Napa County. Like, you know every little piece of geography in California. I was trying to slip one past you. I was trying to blow like a junk pitch past you and be like, no, I've never heard of Hidden Valley. But you have heard of Hidden Valley Lake. Anyway, I was up there on Saturday. Yeah.
If I can make a comparison, I foul tipped. You just threw a heater at me, and I foul tipped it, but probably into the catcher's glove, because I've never been to Hidden Valley Lake. I've only enjoyed Hidden Valley Ranch dressing. That's the only thing.
Okay. Well, I had an adventure. I had a fishing adventure up in Hidden Valley Lake with my main man Jeff Faust from the Freestone Beaches.
Did you catch anything? Did any nibbles? Any catches?
Dude, I caught 5 bass.
Yeah.
5. And now here's the thing. I had not had a fishing rod in my hand in decades, and that's not an exaggeration. Freaking decade. Now, when Rags and I grew up, when we were little, hey, there's Winks too. What's up, Winks? When we grew up in Jersey, Tony, we had a bunch of lakes in our town, so you could fish. You could fish for bass. You could fish for trout, stuff like that. But then as you get into your teenage years, dude, here comes Stephen Piercy. You know what I mean? Here comes other concerns. You know what I mean? You're looking for a date for the prom. You're going to party. Suddenly fishing is not as important. But now I want to get back into it. So anyway, Jeff Faust from the Freestone Peaches, he plays bass in the band. Great guy. He invited me up. He bought a new house with his wife up on Hidden Valley Lake, which I guess, Tony, is near Clear Lake. But it's way up there, bro. It was a haul. It was a couple hours from my house. But, yeah, dude, I caught 5 bass.
Nice.
And Jeff caught 1 or 2. But he rigged it for me to win. He had and he was super hardcore, Tony. He had a variety of rods, and we went out on his boat. So he's like, yeah, try this rod with this lure. Try this rod with that lure. Use it, cast it over there, dude. Try to get it in the lily pads. So, dude, he was coaching me, but I kept getting hits. Now, Tony, there weren't prize winning, trophy fish. There were small bass, but I got 5 fish, dude. And I set them all back. You put them right back. Catch and release, baby.
anytime you get a nibble and a hook, that's a success, dude. So
Yeah.
tip my cap, dude. And by the way, I hear you, man, because when you start getting into the rat gang and starting your weekends are like rat and roll instead of fishing, you don't go to like out on a fishing excursion to bang your head to some heavy metal. You go out to relax. So,
I just like that you just said, dude, once you wake up and start like discovering the joys of the rat gang, bro, you just dropped a rat gang on me, and I'm all about the rat gang. So, but no, I discovered the rat gang. I put the fishing rod down, but now I want to pick it back up again. Hey, Low Stee is a super one of our great sponsors. And dude, by the way, shout out Low Stee in the picture, Tony, wearing an Expos hat. Shout out Montreal Expos ball. Welcome back, PMP. Again, had a major blast at Longbridge and the Giants game, talking and laughing with most of you. Special night, special group. Hashtag Fly Pelicans. Give him one, Tony, if you could.
Pelican, fly. Come on, Pelican.
And that soundbite was inspired by none other than Low Stee. And thank you, my brother. Thank you, Low Stee. I hope you had a great weekend too, man. It's good to you know what I was thinking about over the weekend, Tony, is that was the first, I think, real break we've taken since we launched the show in January. And what a year we've had, man. I am so happy with where the show is and where it's going. And that's thanks to all of you. And that's thanks to guys like Low Steve too, for helping us out, sponsoring the show, putting some money into this thing and assuring that we can move this thing down the road. And with that being said, Tony, why don't we also shout out all of our friends watching the show on the Cron 4 Plus app. If you are tuning in on the Cron app, great to have you. We're so happy to be part of the Cron 4 family, legendary station in San Francisco. And next thing you know, Creative Tony and I have been drafted by the minds, the powers that be over at Cron 4. So we're so happy about the partnership. And thank you again, Low Steve. Tony, why don't go ahead.
Real quick regarding Cron 4, it's the brand new Cron 4 Plus app that they've put a ton of time and energy and resources into, and they're relaunching it with us. And there's going to be a big announcement later this week involving the Cron 4 Plus app. And then we have many things to do down the road with them. And also just a reminder, it's on your smart TVs through Roku, through your Amazon Fire Stick, or Apple TV. Those are the 3 ways to get it right now. But very soon be available on your mobile device as well, your smartphones as well. So shout out to Cron Chris Flynn, who runs the show over there, the GM over there at Cron 4. He's got all kinds of things in the quote unquote hopper. Yeah. So the hopper is exciting, and we're excited to be a part of Cron 4 Plus, dude. And Paulie, I don't know what you're gonna get to, but I just want to make sure that Juwan Jennings' calf is okay.
Oh, dude. Well, he's back in practice. Okay, so that's something we got to talk about. Juwan Jennings is back. He's running routes. I expect we're going to see him this weekend. And that's the big news. NFL freaking football is back, kids. We are 2 days away from Philly and Dallas getting it on. And then on Friday, here comes Jim Harbaugh now. Watch out, bro. Here comes Harbaugh taking on the Chargers. And by the way, Tony, we might as well play that game in Spain, okay? In freaking Spain.
That's in Brazil, right?
I thought it was in Spain. I don't know. Brazil, Spain. What's the difference?
I think it's Brazil.
Hey, it's Brazil. Let's play some football in Brazil. What the hell? You know what I mean? We'll catch some carnival. We'll look at the showgirls, and we'll throw some touchdowns. By the way, I'm telling you right now, Chargers win this game. I'm standing on that, dude. Chargers win this freaking game. And that being said, I'm making proclamations again. You can already feel, Tony, the energy's changing. The energy is shifting in the PMP universe. Now the pro football is back. And here's the thing, Tony. Jim Harbaugh, 5-0 in opening days in his NFL career. 5-0. Okay. He has his guys ready to play ball week 1 of every season of his NFL career. So I'm standing on that. Chargers are going to win. They're going to beat the Muppet on Friday in Brazil, Spain, Italy, Ireland. I don't know, wherever they want to play this game. Dude, get used to it. They want to make the NFL a global thing. So there's going to be games literally played all over the world throughout the season. And they're going to be doing it in college next year too. You're going to see college games being played like in Ireland, for example. It's crazy stuff. But that's the state of the game, T.
3.5 point spread, by the way. Your Chargers are 3.5 point underdogs. So you're getting
3.5. That's fantastic. Thank you. I'll take those points. By the way, Najee Harris, dude. Go ahead.
I was going to say Sao Paulo, Brazil is where the game is being played. And I believe kickoff, I'll have to double check that. Kickoff's 5 p.m. on Friday. And I don't even know what that is Brazil time.
But Tony, it's on YouTube TV. So a lot of the country won't even see the game. Unless you have YouTube TV, you're not going to be watching it. But anyway, Chargers, Muppet on Friday. And that is kind of under the umbrella of a big – we have so many big announcements this week. First of all, the return of the hot and sour picks live before your naked streaming eyes on Friday. Tony makes his picks. I make my picks. The hot and sour picks return. Tony, I want to make a quick announcement. Then I want to talk about Los D and Flex Funding. But I want to say that thank you for all your submissions last week for the Sound Summit concert tickets. We do have a winner. We asked you guys a trivia question since Cake is the headlining band, and that is a week from this Saturday. Brian Murphy and I will be up on the mountain introducing bands. I have a big power lunch with Murph tomorrow, dude. Murph and I and the promoter of Sound Summit, Mikey Nash, he was our guest last week. We will be dining at an undisclosed location up here in the North Bay, getting everything ready. But anyway, the winner of our tickets for the question, which Black Sabbath song does the headlining band Cake cover? The answer, of course, is War Pigs. Great anti-war track from Black Sabbath way back in the day. Now, a lot of people got it correct, but the first guy to get in, and let me make sure I got this right. Yes, it's Moselle Perlman of San Geronimo. He is our winner. Moselle, we'll see you up on the hill, brother, and great knowledge. Yes, you got it right. Cake covers Black Sabbath. The song is War Pigs. Okay, Tony.
Oh, no, please, God, help me.
There we go. In honor of Black Sabbath, in honor of War Pigs, in honor of Cake. And congratulations, Moselle. Thank you for emailing pollyspod@gmail.com. Remember, to win these tickets, you got to be a PMP VIP. So you can become a VIP by the bottom corner of the screen. Join us. And Pauly, actually, we posted some VIP footage this weekend on the PMP VIP YouTube page from Jerry's middle finger footage from Pauly's the party you went to on, what was that, Sunday?
That I did up in Nevada. Jerry's middle finger was blasting Jerry Garcia band songs. And by the way, I want to shout out a new face. I haven't seen this guy yet. I don't think. Gabriel Pereira. Welcome aboard, Gabriel. Yeah, I'm rocking my Rangers colors, dude. Grew up a monster Ranger fan, especially in the 80s. I'll just throw some names at you, Gabriel, if you want to run alongside me here. I'll talk Ron Duguay, Dave Maloney, Don Maloney, Ulf Nielsen, John Davidson. Those are my guys. Ron Greshner, you know what I'm saying? That whole guy, Barry Beck, Captain Barry Beck. You with me, Gabriel? That's me and you.
Hey, Pauly, I just got to do this because of the kindness of the PMP community, the PMP Familia. Yeah. We just gave away a pair of tickets to Sound Summit. But if you want to buy tickets, go to soundsummit.net. And I see Stevie B on the chat offering up a face value extra ticket. If anybody wants to get a ticket for face value from Stevie B, he just has an extra and he says, hey, I want to sell it to somebody here for face value and join him on the mountaintop at atop Mount Tam. But also, if you want to buy tickets, soundsummit.net. It's going to be a hell of a party up there. It's going to be a great.
Are you coming up to the top of Mount Tam? I haven't even asked you yet, Tony. Are you attending Sound Summit? The world wants to know. The PMP Familia / community wants to know. And so do I. I want to know. Will we see the shaved head and the poncho of a creative Tony? Tony, go ahead.
I told Michael Nash and I told you, and I'm telling you now that I'm getting the soccer and basketball schedules literally today. I find out Olivia's soccer schedule for next Saturday, and I find out Dom's basketball schedule for next Saturday. I find those out this afternoon. So I'll have my whole fall planned out for hoops, volleyball, baseball, and soccer. Here we go.
Right. Wait a minute. How many sports are we talking about here? 3 sports for 2 kids? How does that? I can't do the math on that. What are we doing?
Dom's playing hoops and baseball. Olivia's playing soccer and volleyball.
When are you going to take the bat out of his hands? I'm just asking. It's got to be an off season at some point, right? Got to be an off season.
So we're see, but that's the reason why I coach this team is we can spread out and play sparsely, like spread it out. But I would say the middle of October we're donezo until February. So
shit, dunzo. I like that. Yeah, dude, we're dunzo. Give me a side of sounds like an Italian dish. Yeah, I'll take some of that scungili with some dunzo on the side. All right, Tony, let's give me an extra side of dunzo. Doesn't that sound like a delicacy? Like it's from Northern Ireland, up near the Swiss border. Oh, you've never tried dunzo? Oh, you got to put some Parmesan on there. It's great. Dunzo. All right, Tony, let us talk about Los D and Flex Funding. Los D, we love you, buddy. I kind of miss you guys. You know what I mean? I really do feel like this has really become some sort of family because I missed you guys over the 4-day weekend. I miss Los D. Let's talk about his services too. Now, the original kind of impetus of that night was to have Los D at the center of everything. But you know how it is, Tony. Once everybody gets at the that's Don Peralta's artwork. Yes, thank you.
Yep, grateful for you, Los D, and grateful for you putting together that night, my friend. It was all Los's idea. He was the one calling the meetings. He was the one calling the shots. It was fantastic. Thank you, Los D.
Yeah, no, Dom, totally. Put some extra dunzo on there. Fry it up, dude. Fry that up and throw some dunzo on there. It'll be a nice light meal for a hot summer day. We've created a new dish. I hope you guys are enjoying the Dunzo Show. This is the Dunzo Show. By the way, Tony, what number show are we in the pantheon, in the vaults of all of our shows? Where are we?
160 today. This is episode 160, Paulie. 160. Here we go. Let's get to 200 and keep moving forward, building brick by brick, buddy.
I like 160. I also like that every time I ask you that question, you always have an answer. So thank you for being on top of that. I lost my way a long time ago.
If I didn't catalog this stuff, I would be such a mess right now. Because by the way, Paulie and I are not very I don't know. Organization is not one of our strong suits.
Oh.
So doing this show and having no staff besides basically Dom is that we have to basically do all of it on our own. So accounting, marketing, booking, desk keeping, all that admin, all that stuff. So Paulie, I got a notebook full of notes here. Episode 160. Let's roll.
We got notes. We got all kinds of stuff. By the way, John Joseph saying, yo, Paulie, just don't make the PMP thing a cult and ask us to drink the flavor aid. No, man. Listen, if I get everybody together and I got a big bowl of Kool-Aid going on and cups for everybody, there's only one kind of Kool-Aid. That, my friend, would be what you would call electric Kool-Aid. Shout out Ken Kesey, the Further Bus, and the Grateful Dead, and the Acid Test, and all that. But I would still proceed with caution. If I ever approach you with a cup full of Kool-Aid and say, yeah, go ahead and drink this, be careful, because you could be electrified. Go ahead, Tony.
On that note, before we get back to Carlos,
I'm trying to get to Los. I know it's hard. It's hard.
There's a 4-part mini series, I believe it's on Netflix, about the whole David Koresh scene way back when. And
how much of that do you need, though? You know what I mean? You got, they're surrounding the compound, they're blowing shit up, and sorry, I dropped an S-bomb. See, I'm still feeling loose from the weekend. We're trying not to do that now. The Kron picked us up. You know what I mean? We're trying to be good boys, little Boy Scouts. But no, I don't know if I need a 4-part installment of drama on the David Koresh thing. I think I'm good.
I recommend it. If you're into that stuff, I recommend it. It's because it's wackadoodle, man. Wackadoodle. And
I will say other viewing choices I am looking forward to. I don't know if you caught this over the weekend. There was so much going on. But the Bruce Springsteen film, Deliver Me From Nowhere, starring Jeremy Allen White, the kid who plays the bear on The Bear. They had the premiere over the weekend. So I saw Jeremy Allen White standing side by side with Bruce Springsteen. It was pretty cool. I'm like, both of you guys, dude. Both of you guys. I'm fans of both of those kids.
Okay. Well,
and the movie's coming out next month, was my original point. That will be in the theaters. And Spinal Tap is going to be out in a couple of weeks, the sequel. So some good flicks coming our way.
I also didn't know this, but Jeremy Allen White did all the singing in the movie. But
incredible. I got to tell you, as a longtime Bruce fan, I'm impressed. Sounds just like him.
But Springsteen was on hand for all the filming. And I listened to him in an interview and he's like, man, I had to get his blessing before I could even move on. So can you imagine having to sing and record scenes of the movie in front of Bruce?
No, I'd be peeing in my pants, dude. I'd be peeing in my pants, crying, trying to call for my mommy. You know what I mean? Mommy, help me. Bruce is watching. Yeah. And plus, you got that added pressure. Hey, you're not doing it right. You ain't doing it right, Jeremy. Let me show you how I do it. Give me my guitar. Yeah, no, I couldn't take that kind of pressure. You're doing it wrong.
But Bruce being Bruce, he told Jeremy Allen White, he says, you know what? You sound like me, but you're being you, which is the coolest thing he could have said. That Bruce told him that.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
that's great feedback to give him some confidence moving forward. So I really can't wait. We should do PMP night out at the movie.
You know what, bro? Maybe we should. We got a month to plan that. A month and a half, actually. I think it comes out October 22nd or 24th or something. That's a great call. We could do a PMP night out to watch it. Now, keep in mind, this is not going to be a feel-good Hollywood kind of script. This is Bruce Springsteen at his most screwed up mentally. He had kind of a breakdown around this time of his life, and that's where the Nebraska record came from. It came from his breakdown, and he was trying to figure out who the hell he was, and fame overwhelmed him, the whole thing. So anyway, I look forward to it. I love my dark Bruce, Tony. I don't want my Bruce too happy. I like Bruce nice and dark and moody. You know what I mean?
All that goodness has to come from some darkness. So that's what all those talented folks, they go through some darkness, and we reap the benefits of them going through the muck, and then out comes all of this incredible music and all this incredible artwork. So
we're having a hard time. We're having a hard time getting to Los D. You know what I mean? And it just got even tougher because here comes Escobar with a super. So let's get him up there, and then we'll got to talk about Los D. Hey, hope you had a good weekend, Escobar the third. What do you give me for Jeremy Allen White and Gene Wilder? Didn't I see it? I see it. I hear you. Two completely different kind of approaches, though. Jeremy Allen White so far, it looks to be a pretty serious drama kind of guy. Gene Wilder, a great comedian. But thank you, kid. Okay. Flex funding, Tony, the services of a Carlos De La Fuente, the services of a Los D. We're talking about mortgages. We're talking about loans. We're talking about financial advice that could serve you very well. If you're in a position, you got a kid going to college, you got kids in private. Listen, high school, private school, they ain't giving that away either. Those tuitions are through the freaking roof. Believe me, I've done it. And I know it's extremely challenging. If you're trying to negotiate all that stuff, you're trying to figure out how do I move my money ahead so I'm ahead of this thing and I'm not behind and I don't, fall underwater. Talk to Carlos, 925-250. Tony, we're due for a phone ring any second now, 4898. Or email Carlos at myflexnow.com. Perhaps you just need a loan. Perhaps you'd like to redo your mortgage. Perhaps you'd like to inquire about a HELOC loan. That's a home equity line of credit. Just know that when you do business with Carlos, you will be treated like a family member. You will be treated by a guy who knows us and gets us. He's one of us. Los D is one of us. We hung out with him a bunch last week. And there's a reason he fits in so well around here. So don't hesitate. Reach out and talk to Carlos if you need a cash, you need a loan, or you have some questions about your financial, realities that you're faced with. Talk to Carlos, Tony, 925-250-4894.
Dude, I was just talking to my wife, Megan, about we need to, as the kids get closer to college, we need to talk to Carlos about a HELOC loan because it's, as we all know, college is not cheap. So
I don't know who they think we are out here. These higher educational institutions. Like, I don't know I'm not Bill Gates. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I was, but I'm not. But I hear you, Tony. No, I'm still paying a tuition off right now. I'm still doing it. I'm still in the game myself. It's crazy.
I also want to say, you can hear it from Paulie, you can hear it from myself, you can hear it from people that have met Carlos at one of our PMP hangs, especially last week. But there's a few people online here's some reviews right now online that I found from Carlos. This is from Sylvain Reyes. He says, Carlos is an eloquent, knowledgeable mortgage professional, reliable, sincere, direct, and to the point, which is what you want. That's from Sylvain Reyes. Ronnie Jadnak says, Carlos is a great guy. Working with Carlos has been a great experience, and I look forward to working with Carlos for years to come. And here's my final one, dude. This is from a guy named Lionel. He says, Carlos fights and works very hard for his clients. Carlos fights for his clients and works very hard for his clients. You can't say enough. And at the end of the day, we trust Carlos, and you should too. Give him a call, 925-250-4894, 925-250-4894, or email him, Carlos at myflexnow.com. And I know some of you reached out to Carlos at our PMP hang last week at the Giants game. So Los will reach out to you. You guys, hopefully you guys make some magic together because that's what Los wants to do.
Nice. Yeah, make some magic together. I like that, Tony. And thank you, Carlos. We love you, buddy. We do. All right, Tony, couple of personal notes. Then I want to dive into some Giant baseball. Then I want to talk about some football. But real quick, I need to promote a couple of things because we're getting close now. So coming up in just about a month, October 4th, Saturday night, Sweetwater is the venue in Mill Valley. I will be singing with the Freestone Peaches. It's an Allman Brothers tribute band. If you haven't seen them, these guys are no joke. These guys are they're a force, man. And they've been really cool with me. And when their lead singer has a conflict, because he sings in a bunch of bands, their regular guy, Bergie, they call on me to come out of the bullpen, and I'll be doing about, I think, half the set that night. So come on out. Right. And they will sell the show out. This show will sell out. So get a ticket now if you're interested in coming out. That's October 4th at Sweetwater. And Tony, here comes the return of Paulie Mack and Friends. I went into the weekend in Innocent, and I came out the other side with another gig. So I am now booked at a venue I've never played in before. It's the Brisbane Inn, and I'll be playing there on Saturday, November 8th, 7 o'clock show. We're going to be doing, I think, 3 sets, about an hour, 45 minutes each. So come on down, November 8th. That's a Saturday night in Brisbane, about 10 minutes south of the city. I'd love to see you down there. David Dretz will be playing bass. Creative Tony, I want to see your ass on stage playing at least 2 or 3 with me. At least 2 or 3. Start getting loose. I'm going to call you, and that's why we're calling these Paulie Mack and Friends. There's going to be like a rotating cast. We might have Ray Goodman come up. You know what I mean? We'll have a rotating cast of characters. But anyway, those are my 2 gigs. I wanted to throw that out there. And Creative. Yeah. What do you got, buddy?
Corinne is checking in as a super. Corinne, by the way, thank you, first of all, very, very much for your generosity. And also, she says, I just started working with Los D. We are not done, but he rules in all caps. Yes, he does rule. You rule too, Corinne. So like I said, the two of you get together and you make magic together. Make something happen. So that's great to hear, Corinne. And
Hey, listen, if you keep talking, and Corinne does rule, by the way, you're right about that. Thank you, Corinne. If you keep talking magic, you've thrown the word magic around multiple times today. Maybe this week's music assignment is songs about magic, songs involving magic. There's a lot of great ones. Shout out the Cars, Tony. It's magic. I got a basic walking across the swimming pool, walking across the pool, singing. That was the 80s for you. Yes.
Yeah, magic carpet ride. You can do magic. There's a lot of things.
Magic man, Tony.
Magic man. I'm all for it, dude. I don't know. I thought we were going to do songs dedicated to Juwan Jennings' calf this Friday.
Okay, we can do that too. But hold on, I got to backtrack you, bro, because you really made me laugh. Did you just drop "You Can Do Magic" on me? Is that what I heard?
You can do magic. You can do anything that you desire. And then
you can do magic.
And you know you're the one that can put out the fire.
Holy smokes, dude. I wasn't ready for that. Dude. You can do magic. Do you guys know you can do magic?
Come on, man. Come on. That's probably one of the most underrated magic.
Is that Olivia Newton-John? Winks is coming in with that right now too. Is that Olivia Newton-John? You can do magic?
I don't think so. You can do magic.
You can do magic. Jesus.
Yeah, dude. America. It's by America.
All right.
Oh, by the way, Paul, if we're speaking of songs and like dedications and everything, kind of like to what's happening in the sports world today.
Yes.
I want to, dude, cue up, drop the needle on "Hold the Line" by Toto.
Great track.
You know what? Dude, Paulie, hey, Juwan Jennings, love isn't always on time, okay? Hold the line. The 49ers held the line, dude, and they said, you know what? We're ready to move on without you, dude. We're ready. We got Kendrick Bourne coming in for a workout. We got Valdez-Scantling. We got Sky Moore. We got Pearsall. We've got Demarcus Robinson coming back in a few weeks.
Brandon Ayuk will return at some point, so don't forget Ayuk is going to be like the number one guy, hopefully, when he comes back, you know.
So I love my respect for Lynch and the 49er brass. Like I already had a respect. It just went, it just elevated because I'm like, you know, dude, you can't call the shots like that, dude. And it was funny. Trent Williams, right? I saw on Twitter, he had some comments about,
I saw that too. Yeah, I saw that too. He's being pretty supportive, Trent Williams, of his teammate.
Did you notice not one mention of the calf? Not one mention about his physical health. Not one mention about his rehab. Or it's like, dude, all of a sudden he's like back on the field and it just looks great. He looks like a gazelle. It's like, oh, very interesting, dude. So you know what? I'm so proud of the 49er brass for, holding the line, Paulie.
I think John Lynch kind of great. And by the way, double, let me see. How do I double dip for compliments for Tony on this one? Because one, Toto Hold the Line, probably my favorite Toto track. Bow, 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 bow. We got some heavy guitar going in that one. Love isn't always on time. And then also
whoa.
Totally. Funky drum track underneath too. Check it out sometime.
Yeah.
I bet you John Joseph could even get down to some Hold the Line, dude. The guitars are nice and loud in that one, John. Tony, I agree with everything you said. I just want you to know I agree with everything you said. And by the way, how interesting is it that Juwan Jennings, hey, I magically feel better. We got a game in a couple of days. I'm practicing. How did you feel about we turned off the mics on Thursday? By the way, I can't wait for your Dr. Young spot today because Creative Tony was back in Dr. Young's chair after the show Thursday, and I saw the shades. You had the shades on. Dude, I got so whacked out on nitrous at one of my visits with Dr. Young. I was like, can I keep these shades? And I woke up, came out of my fog later on at home. I was still wearing them. I asked him to keep the shades. He's like, yeah, keep the shades.
Dude.
Tony, no, I know. I had the same shades. They look cool. They're kind of punk rock. The Micah Parsons thing went down too. As soon as we turned the mics off, not long after that, Micah Parsons finally lands in Green Bay. And the funny thing about that, after that whole dramatic holdout, Micah's lying on his side. He's eating nachos during games. I actually think the Dallas Cowboys might have gotten the better end of this whole thing because they got 2 number 1 picks as in return for Micah Parsons. I think that's going to serve them pretty well if they draft right. So they might wind up getting the last laugh on this thing. And Micah Parsons is now, my back hurts. I don't know if I can go in week 1. So after all that BS and drama, he might not even play for Green Bay. And I'll tell you another thing. I'd be willing to bet within 2 years he's disgruntled in Green Bay. He's not going to be happy living in Green Bay. There's nothing up there, dude. Green Bay is like there's nothing up there.
Also, like, you know what frustrating must be to be in like an NFL team front office now in today's climate of like how players are just like Hey, I'm Juwan Jennings. I know you already renegotiated my contract once last year, but hey, I want to renegotiate.
Last year, that's the key, Tony. It was just a year ago. He agreed to this, and it's a pretty good deal. Not a bad deal he's on.
If he-
$7.5 million a year, roughly. Right, that's not bad.
Again, 77 catches, 975 yards, 6 touchdowns last year. That was his line in 17 games. So that's a good season. It's not a great season. I do it again this year, then you can do some chatter. Then you can get your bag, as they say. But I'm so happy that the Niners held their ground and said, you know what, we're ready to move on without you, dude, if you don't want to play. The only thing that stinks now is like, is Jennings going to be on like some, you know, they do pitch counts for pitchers. Is he like going to be on a snap count because he's only had literally less than a week of practice before they take the field on Sunday in Seattle? Like, it just sucks that he missed a whole month and was saying calf, dude.
No, I feel your frustration, dude. I'm right there with you, buddy. And I would be willing to, you're making all kinds of good points today about like when guys try to, and this could be going on with Parsons too, Micah Parsons, that they're not in football shape. They haven't really participated in camp. They didn't get any snaps in the preseason games. It's like, you got to go out there and actually play football at some point. It's not just about lifting weights and doing conditioning on the bike and stuff. You got to play, you got to hit, you got to be hit, you know, and those are all good questions. Because I remember when Nick Bosa held out week 1, when he came back, he was really not in football. I think he signed like a day or two before the opening game. You remember that? And I think the opener was in Pittsburgh. Is that right, you guys? I think they opened in Pittsburgh that year. In any case, you could tell Nick Bosa wasn't ready. He wasn't really effective, and I would expect that'll kind of be the case with Juwan Jennings. I would love to see him make some catches, have an impact on the game, but I wouldn't expect too much, to Tony's point. And a lot of times, I'm going to knock on wood on this, but guys do pull muscles. They do get hurt because their conditioning isn't where it needs to be. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe they'll. All right, Tony, what can I do for you? Yeah,
you brought up Micah Parsons, and we have a visual aid from our from the East Coast, from Rags.
Hey, that's my buddy Rags. Hey, I hope you had a great weekend, Rags. I missed you, man. Hope you're doing good.
I don't know what this video entails, but I've been asked to share it, and I trust anything that comes from the creative desk of Rags.
Hold on. We'll go battle. You go close encounters. I'll hit you with the air horn. We'll go back and forth because I have my own concerns. Now, do we know the content? Is this football related? Is this octopus related? I mean, I don't know. We could go any number of directions here. Is this one potato, two potato, related?
This is Micah Parsons related. So that's why I want to share it on the show. So this is Micah Parsons related. Stand by, everybody. Hold the line. Love isn't always on time. And I'm going to load this, and here we go. Here's our boy Rags. He's going to join the show.
Perfectly fine with it. Came home to work out before I had golf balls. Once you get past the emotion, Cowboys have 2 first-round picks next year, 2 first-round picks the year after that, and an assload of cash. I stopped caring when I saw Micah eating nachos and laying down on the sideline last Saturday, so whatever. Good luck in Green Bay. Let's fucking go Dallas.
Oh, mark that one too. Mark that one, Tony. Mark it for the profanity. Yeah, we got to be good boys. But no, Rags, that's Rags just being Rags. Rags is a very passionate Dallas Cowboy fan. If you're not, you'll get used to that as the season unfolds. And we'll get Rags back on the show. I want to have Rags dropping some football takes, some anti-Philly. Maybe we'll do them on Thursday. Maybe we should have Rags for an anti-Philly thing on Thursday. Rags, I'll be in touch. All right. Anyway, Tony, other football news. Did you
really quickly? Sorry. Before you pause,
it was about that.
On Thursday, are you going Eagles or Cowboys if you had to have a rooting interest? Because I'm kind of like, I don't want, it's kind of like, can they just tie 0-0?
Well, that's a good question. I don't really have a rooting interest. No, I'm very eager to watch the game, though. Dude, I got to tell you, again, sorry, Rags. Sorry. This is I've known Rags forever. I like these Eagles. I do. Listen. Believe me, I'm not a fan of the fan base. I'm not a fan of Sirianni. I'm not a fan of Fat Dom. Here comes another season of Fat Dom, by the way. Like, I need that. I need like I need a pack of hemorrhoids. You know what I mean? But here he comes. Fat Dom's coming, whether you like it or not. He's on the sideline. Don't forget, when Sirianni was actually being handed the Lombardi trophy, Fat Dom was standing on the podium with him. Okay, Tony, I'm just reminding you of that. Why was he on the podium? I don't know. But I will say this. I love, and here's why I'm kind of saying pro-Eagle stuff, is because just yesterday, NFL Network was replaying the Super Bowl, the Chiefs and the Eagles. And I tell you, the joy the satisfaction, the happiness I get from watching the Eagles kick the living S out of Mahomes. It's such a beautiful thing. And frankly, I'll be totally honest. Here comes a confession. I'm jealous. I wish we could do that, dude. The Niners have never beaten Mahomes and Andy Reid. Never done it. Never freaking, it drives me crazy. They can't get to Mahomes. The penalty flags are flying all over the place. We seem to tighten up every time we play them. We got 10-point leads. We can't hold those. But watching the Eagles just manhandle him, they sacked him 6 times. And that last one, when he's getting hit in high-low, he's getting hit in the legs. And then here comes a big Philly D lineman just swatting Mahomes in the face. Maybe my happiest moment of the entire season last year. So I'm happy for Philly for giving us the gift of that Chiefs ass kicking. So you know what I'm saying? I got mixed, but always Rags. I mean, I want the Cowboys to win for my friend Rags. And the Cowboys have been down so long. I think it'd be good if they could get back up a little bit. Tony, how about you? You got any feelings about this game? Either way.
F Dallas forever. Sorry, Rags.
I got you. Yeah,
and
you're
by
gonna
the
get
way,
a lot of that, Rags. You're going to get a lot of that. Listen, this is a Niner centric show, so you're going to get a lot of that. But we'll get along at the end of the day.
also, Paulie, the Eagles D is the defense for Master of Particles fantasy football team. We have the Eagles defense, and I had an opportunity to draft Travis Kelce and or Patrick Mahomes, and I passed on both. I even put it out to the chat of the draft saying, hey, wouldn't it be funny if I drafted Mahomes or Kelce? And then Aaron Kask says they gone because he picked I think he picked both. I think Aaron Kask has both. So anyways, F Dallas for life. I'm not really rooting for Philly, but I do want we have Devontae Smith, Paulie, and we also have the Eagles D. So now this is where fantasy football comes in. So here we go. Devontae Smith and Eagles D. Look and go. Let's go.
Yeah, you do whatever you got to do in the fantasy realm. I'll be over here in the real world watching the game. You know what I'm saying? I can't. It's just that's going to be something you'll be heard on. I'll be loosely associated, but I'm not really involved. As you guys,
you're involved. You're involved, buddy.
I'm really not involved. I'm not on any level. My name is on the thing. I can't take the stress. I really can't. I can't take it. I tried it in the past. It's not for me. All right. Anyway, Tony. Escobar the third. Give me 5 minutes with Big Dom. I'll make him my little Dominique. I bet you would, brother. I wouldn't mess with Escobar the third. Had a great time hanging out with you last week. Shout out to the Puff Puff Give at the end of the night, looking at the abandoned Cadillac. That was a lot of fun. Here he comes, dude. You ready, Tony? Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at your both of them. The both of them.
There you go, buddy. So that's coming on Thursday night. So
and I got now the problem is our beloved Kate Scott is kind of like she's gotten swallowed up by the Philadelphia Eagle culture. You know, she does Sixers games now. But anyway, Kate's part of that whole movement now, which is crazy. Tony, did you see Belichick get his ass kicked last night? That was I did too. I was actually looking forward to that game. Here comes another confession. Now, if you listen to Murph and Mac for years, you probably know this. If you're new to this show, here it comes. I actually like Bill Belichick a lot. I really do have a lot of respect for him and everything he's done. And I go all the way back to Belichick being a D coordinator with the Giants under Parcells. When the Niners used to battle them all the time in the 80s, that was a Belichick-led defense through all those Parcells glory days. Obviously, we know his resume with the Patriots. I just like his no-nonsense attitude. I always like his focus on defense. I like his focus on fundamentals. And I love how prepared his teams would be to play. Until last night, Tony, that did not look like a Belichick team. And I don't know if you caught this, but at one point during the game, his freaking girlfriend, I'm not making this up, she was on the sidelines with him, dude, in the middle of a game. It's the most un-Belichick thing I've ever seen. Why don't you pull that out of bookmarks if you can, real quick? For those of you who haven't seen this, it's shocking that this is Bill Belichick and he's allowing stuff like this to happen during the game. Yeah, there she is. Rewind that a little bit if you can.
Yep. There we go. There we go. There right there.
I mean, dude, this is in the middle of a game. Like, that's unprecedented right there.
Oh, I mean, what could the conversation possibly be? No,
there's what do you want for dinner tonight, Bill? What do you want to do after the game? And he's like, I'm out of here. But that is not a good sign, dude. I mean, I guys get crazy sometimes. You start dating somebody new and you start doing all this really weird stuff you would not normally do. But how shocking is that, Tony? You never would have seen that in New England or any Belichick team ever.
No. And look at
that, dude. She's like, yeah, coach, you're not doing it right. I have some ideas. Let me show you my game plan. Yeah.
Look at how she walks away too. I mean, it's not that was a great conversation. Go Coach Bill. You know, it was more like I just got the cold shoulder. I just got
Well, she shouldn't be there. I'm sorry, but friends and family don't belong on the sidelines in the middle of a game. They just don't. I mean, your wife does. You ever see Bill Walsh talking to his wife on the sideline? Me neither. You know what I mean? You know, you ever see Tom Landry talking to his wife on the side? Yeah, me neither. Aaron Cash, don't put that on me. Tony, that was Scarlet Fire grabbing the. Okay, I don't even know. You take this, T.
This is about Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. He says, "Don't put that on me." That's Aaron Cask. I thought it was you, Aaron. My bad. Scarlet Fire is going to be repping the Chiefs in the fantasy football world.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's unfortunate. See, I don't even want to hear about those two. I really don't. By the way, you got any vibe? I already put myself out there and told you that the Chargers will beat Kansas City on Friday. How do you feel about that game? You got any early feelings?
Well, I feel like the Zebras, they travel well to Brazil as well. So I feel like we have to always take that into consideration anytime Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Andy Reid are taking the field. So I'm not so sure. I'm with you, Paulie, on I think they cover. I think that the Chargers could cover. I don't know if they'll win the game because of said zebra factor in Brazil. But
have you been watching your new episodes of The Kingdom, Tony? Are you enjoying the series? I haven't watched even 1 second of it. I'm so proud of myself. Not even a second.
I haven't seen it yet, but I will see it, Paulie. Just so I can be able to share what I see and my opinions on what I see. That's all.
Yeah, I would have no problem if you avoid it altogether like I have been. But one last thing on the Belichick thing, Tony, do you expect that to, I don't know, turn around a little bit? Do you think last night was an outlier? Because the one thing is Belichick teams are always prepared. That team did not look prepared. They didn't look like they were ready for any of it. And I saw there were I thought they lacked an effort on the defensive side of the ball at times, too. They got pushed around all over the field. It was very un-Belichick. Like, do you think that continues, T? Or does he find his footing at some point?
I really don't have any clue, to be honest with you, because, dude, they got schooled by TCU last night. And I think they had a pick six and a fumble recovery for a touchdown.
They sure did. I saw all of it. And TCU's a pretty good team now. Don't sleep on that either. That's part of the story. I think they were pissed at all the attention Belichick got going into the game. And they're like, we're going to unload on you fools.
No doubt. I mean, Chapel Bill, as they're calling it, by the way, up there in Chapel Bill. Not so good, not so hot first week. And he says that they're better than they are or what they saw last night. So, and how about college football, by the way? Games all week, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, dude. It's basically the becoming the NFL. And I also, while we're talking college football, before we talk a little more 49ers and actually a little bit of Giants ball, is that I got to give props to this new lefty quarterback for the Cal Bears who went up to Corvallis and beat Oregon State. This kid's slinging it. He's a lefty from Honolulu, from Hawaii. He went to St. Louis High School in Honolulu, which is where Marcus Mariota went. It's where Tua Tagovailoa went. It's where that kid Masoli went, who was the quarterback for the Oregon Ducks. Now he's in the CFL. Anyways, it's this like quarterback powerhouse in Honolulu. And this guy, I want to make sure I pronounce his name right. It's Jaron Kiave Sagapolu Tele. And he's a badass lefty quarterback for Cal Bears. So I just wanted to, show some love for him because Cal football needs some love. Cal football needs, a boost. And if this kid could give him a boost, he committed to Cal, then he uncommitted to Cal and said he was going to go to the Oregon Ducks. Then he went back and now he's a Cal Bear again. So
okay.
Yeah.
Couple reactions. One, Cal Bears football needs some love. They're going to get all the love they need from Uncle Paulie right here, dude. I support Cal Bear football. I really do. I like Cal Bear football. And here's what I love about their program. Even when they're not doing well, which has been a lot in the recent years, the one thing about Cal football, dude, they always put guys in the pros. Every single year they put guys in the pros. So you can say what you want about their program, but they feed a lot of kids into the NFL. So that impresses me. And number two, when you say need some love, I got to shout out Rush first album. Oh, yes, I need some love. Shout out Need Some Love by Rush. And also shout out Cheap Trick. Need Your Love, Tony. Need Your Love. You got Need Some Love, Need Your Love. You take your pick. Either track is going to work as far as I'm concerned.
I love Need Your Love. That's one of my favorite Cheap Trick songs. And then, by the way, they're playing the Guild Theater on the 19th of September. That's coming up. And by the way, a happy birthday to Keanu Reeves. Out of nowhere, 61st birthday. But the reason I say that is because yesterday on Twitter, I saw a picture of Keanu Reeves wearing a Guild Theater Menlo Park
Get the
T-shirt.
F out. No way. Did he play down there with his Tony? Don't tell me you missed Dog Star. Don't tell me. He's playing bass in Dog Star. I've never heard their music, but I know it's the name of his band, Dog Star. They must have played there. I hope they did. Or
I hope so too, but I just love seeing that he had that T-shirt on. I was like, yes, Keanu. And I don't know. The older he gets, the kind of cooler he gets.
100%. 100%. He's dating a senior citizen. You know what I mean? His girlfriend's like 83 years old. Have you ever seen his girlfriend? I'm not kidding about this.
No. Go ahead.
No, dude, he's dating a woman who's like an elderly woman. I'm 100% serious. Just Google Keanu Reeves' girlfriend. Enjoy.
Dude, I will. Let me see if I can
Put it
find
on the screen too, so we can all take a look real quick. And I'm not making fun. I support. Hey, dude, you love who you want to love. It's all good with me. I don't care.
Absolutely.
If that's who's making you happy. But it is quite a contrast. He's like kind of a young dude, and she's a much, much older lady. You found anything?
Yeah, I found something. Here we go. Let me share this real quick with Keanu.
Yeah.
And his woman's name is Alexandria Grant.
Sure. Yeah, there you go. Well, maybe I overdid it with 83, but she's definitely an older woman than he would be.
Yeah, I don't have her age, but yeah. Oh, there's another good shot. See that one? Yeah. Dude, good for him, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, good for him. It's the most un-Hollywood thing. Usually it's the other way. It's like a 50-year-old dude dating a 20-year-old girl. In his case, he's like, no, I'm going to go with the older lady. I love that. So happy birthday, Keanu. All right, Creative Tony, let us talk about your experiences at Dr. Matt Young, one of our other great sponsors. We love Dr. Young so much. And I know you have fallen under the spell of Dr. Matt Young. And I told you, that's what I've been trying to tell you guys for weeks, months. I'm going, this is the greatest dentist of all time. This is one of the nicest guys of all time. The Young Dental Group is a staff of very courteous and professional people. You can always reach out, make an appointment, info@youngdentalsf.com, or call Dr. Matt Young anytime, 415-392-8611. Tony, I'm going to really hand you the mic on this because you're fresh out of the office. You're drinking out of a straw. I'm going to let you take it. So go ahead. Tell me what's going on with you and Dr. Young. Yes.
Yeah, so first of all, I'll address the straw first, as I was because I just started my teeth whitening, 2 weeks of teeth whitening, and they you can do this at Dr. Young's office if you want to go for a cleaning and get whitening. They'll give you they can make molds for you, and then for 2 weeks every night for an hour, you put them in at night before you go to bed. But she said no red wine, no coffee, and I go, this is Dr. Young's assistant. After Dr. Young left the office, and I go, wait a second, no coffee?
Yeah, that's not going to work for anybody. I'm with you on that. Yeah. I'll take a sip right now to celebrate. Yes. Right.
And she goes, yeah. And I go, how about, can I go straw? Can I go straw? And she starts laughing at me. And I go, actually, yeah, you can do straw. Just, you don't want to be staining your teeth while you're trying to whiten them. So that's first off, that's the straw right there. Nice metal. Dude. Hey, by the way, go grab yourself some metal straws and carry them around with you. They're actually really handy. So this is the metal straw I'm using. So
carry them around with me. Why do I need to carry metal straws around?
So you don't use those plastic pieces of crap that end up.
What if I don't want to use a straw at all? What if I want to be a big boy and just lift it right to my mouth? What about that? Is that all right?
As I tell my kids, it's better to have than have not, to be prepared in case might need a straw. I'll tell
you what. Why don't you give me a metal straw for Christmas? That way I'll always have one. And then we'll have no problem solved.
You want to talk about a great stocking stuffer? I mean, it fits right in the stocking. Look, it's a perfect metal straw.
I look forward to it. No, I look back. Oh, clink that again. Let me hear the sound.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, you're not playing games. You really, I've never even seen a metal straw, but Tony's got one. Okay, fair enough. Go ahead, T. Onward.
Also, I just want to give love to Dr. Young. He's on the cover of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry, and he's on the cover of the latest issue. And there's a great article about him. And it's funny that he's on the cover here because I actually complimented him on how gentle his hands are and how, how steady he is, and how because those moves are so finite, they're so small, and he is so gentle with his hands. It turns out he used to be he used to take care of his mom's rose garden.
Nice.
And that's how he learned about being gentle with plants, and then taking that into people's mouths.
Let me jump in here. Let me tell you something. Hold on one second. Let me go to let me see. Hold on one second. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make. I'm officially jealous of Creative Tony because I've been going to Dr. Young for 15 years. I didn't know he planted a rose garden for his mom. You're already getting that kind of info on your first visit. I'm a little jealous. Tony, go ahead. All right, carry on.
The kindness of a Dr. Young and his whole staff. And again, he just puts you at ease, because I was nervous going back in turns out that their work was so good they didn't even need to numb me.
By the way, the PMP community is all aflutter with your choice of words. They got gentle hands. He's gentle with his hands. You're getting a lot of that. People are just shouting that out. He's very gentle with his hands. Go ahead. Yes.
I'll admit that after I complimented him on it, and I did use the words gentle.
It's very intimate. That's an exchange of a very intimate kind of idea. Yeah.
I said, "Doctor, your hands are very gentle," and he kind of giggled. And I go, "But seriously, though, like I really appreciate it." Yeah. And also, he complimented me on. He's like, "Man, you have good saliva," and that made me laugh. And I go, "You're complimenting my saliva?" And he goes, "Yeah, I can tell when I pull like the suction out of your mouth." He goes, "You have a lot of saliva. That's a sign of good health." I said, "Oh, that's great." So I have good saliva, Paulie. But I wanted to show the work of Dr. Young. The work of Dr. Young. Look at this. This is before. Okay, those are my teeth before.
For Christ's sakes, here we go. We're getting the shots now. Yeah.
So you can see the chip right there. That's the bird's eye view of it, and then here's the side view, right? The cracked tooth. And
I
then
like that you came home with pictures. This is great. Yeah.
I asked for a printout. I said, "Could you email me those pictures?" Like, no, I'll print them out for you. I said, "Great." Yeah. And then here is the after product. I mean, look at that.
That's a sparkling white tooth, my man. That's a nice looking tooth.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. It's just Dr. Young at his finest. The proof's in the pudding. It's right there. So just weekdays until 7 p.m., Saturdays till 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Info at youngdentalsf.com, 415-392-8611, 415-392-8611. I'll report back on the whitening too. I did my first night last night. I didn't want to do it in Santa Barbara during the baseball tournament. So first night last night, I have to do that for 2 weeks. Then I go in for another cleaning. I'm going to get more. I'm going to get more gentle hands from Dr. Young, and then I'll report back again. But seriously, in all seriousness, it's an incredibly cool staff, great environment, and relaxing, and you won't mind going to the dentist.
No, not at all. Well said, Tony. I'm glad you had a great experience, and thank you, Dr. Young. You are the freaking best, man. I can't wait to see you myself. By the way, I want to clarify a couple things here. Pinocchi, one of our great early old days OG listeners and viewers, Pinocchi checked in and goes, "Paulie Mac, don't get so crazy about Keanu's girlfriend. She's only 70. Okay, she's only 70. He's 67. She's 70. So it's not that far. It's not as far of a gap as I thought." I dig that. I'm just saying it's unusual because most of these older Hollywood guys, they go for the younger women. It's just kind of a funny juxtaposition there. But anyway, thank you, Pinocchi. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Okay, creative.
Real quick, Paulie, we like to promote, the performers in the PMP Familia. And I know Pinocchi is a stand-up comedian. Pinocchi, if you ever have a gig, let us know. Let us know when you're gigging. We'd love to spread the word and promote your shows for you because we know Ray Goodman's got his gig this Friday night on his actual birthday out in Martinez, and Ray can get us the information as the week goes on. And I also want to that Noemi's not on the show today. She had a ton of work today, and she actually texted saying she's having a rough day. So I'm just sending some love to Noemi. Hopefully she's having a good day, and just the PMP Familia takes care of each other, and that's just why I want to spread the word to take, like Jerry Springer used to say, take care of yourselves and each other. Right? He used to say that after every episode, Paulie.
Who? Jerry Springer?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw a full episode of Jerry. I wouldn't have known that. I never saw him sign off. Yeah, no.
He did. Ralph Barbieri had his own sign off. Well, Jerry Springer said, "Take
Angels
care."
Fly because they take themselves lightly, right? Angels fly. Okay, everybody, thank you. And don't forget, angels fly because they take themselves lightly. God bless Ralph, dude, signing off like that. I never really had a sign off. I did you in any of our years? I don't think we ever had like a little official line we would end the show with. We would just kind of say, see you tomorrow. Yeah.
I mean, we used to just say the word love instead of I love you or love, just love. But
no, love is good. Tony and I, right? That's another way of saying goodbye. When we do it all the time, still. When I still text Tony at the end of our text, we'll be like, "All right, Tony, love." That means I love you, and I'll talk to you later. It's like an all-encompassing one-word kind of sign-off. Yeah.
And I'm just going to follow up on Pinocchi. He says he's gigging at Tommy T's on September 25th.
Nice.
And so he'll follow up. He says, everyone that's on this, he says, I'll get you in for free. Well, Pinocchi, we can work on that as the date approaches, man, but keep us posted for sure. And you can email us pauliespod@gmail.com with any information. Hey, Paulie,
yes.
We talked Niners. We talked about the miraculous recovery of Juwan Jennings' calf.
And we talk about NFL football in 2 days, kids. 2 days. I can't wait, actually. I'm very excited to get back to the NFL. And then, of course, Niner football on Sunday. We'll get into that in a big way on Thursday and Friday. And then, of course, on Monday, we'll review the game in great detail. But, yes, Tony, finish your thought. I'm sorry.
No problem. Do you want to talk? Well, first of all, I'm very excited that Puni was back at practice yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Dominic Puni back at practice yesterday. Same with Gross Matos back at practice yesterday. So the Niners are actually very healthy, except for Ayuk. It's great. They're in a good situation right now as far as health wise. And then, do you want to talk a little bit of Niners white unis at home, or do you want to talk a little Giants baseball? Because I want to
Let's
talk
do the white unis for I do. I'm glad you brought that up, dude. Let's do white unis at home, and then I want to talk Giants baseball before we wrap the show today. I think I know what you're going to say, but for those of you that missed, for those in the audience that missed the news over the weekend, Tony, set that up and explain what when you say white unis at home. Tell everybody what you mean.
Well, the Niners made an announcement today, or not today, over the weekend, that they're going to basically wear their white uniforms at home more often because of the quote unquote heat. So they're going to wear their primary white uniforms for their first 2 home games to combat the heat, is what I'm reading here.
How much hotter can it be with a red shirt? I don't know that makes a difference. I'm sorry. I don't know. I like the red at home. I don't know. What? Tony, you help me. I don't want to sound like the old angry dude who was like talking about back in my day. But dude, again, I like the Niners wearing the red at home. It's a home game. What the hell, man?
Wear the red at home. You wear your whites on the road. The New York Giants, and again, I'm not a New York Giants fan, and I know you aren't either, Paulie, but they wear their blue jerseys at home. And you want to talk about heat in September in New York.
Oh,
we don't know heat out here compared to what they're getting with the humidity and all that crap. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. It's okay. It's just a uniform, whatever. But it's like, no, I love having the red unis at home. It's a home uniform. You wear your
think about this, Tony. How many games did they announce that they're going to be wearing white instead of red? Because this is about to get pretty interesting. How many times are they going to do this?
So they're doing it for their first 2 home games,
and they start on the road. They're not even home till later in September.
And then with a white throwback in week 3, it says, and then a primary whites in week 4. So those.
Why do they have to announce that now? Can't you? What if it's cool that weekend? You know what I mean? Maybe it's going to be 65 degrees. You won't need it. And on top of that, let me tell you this, Tony. So that's 2 more games at home where they're wearing white. And don't forget, they're also going to wear that all black uniform at home. So now, how many games are we going to see the red this year? 4?
We will
I mean, I'm not even exaggerating. I mean, what is that going to be? 4 games where they're wearing the red? I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, there'll be 3 whites, 1 black, and 4 reds. So,
I'm glad they can squeeze those in. I'm glad they can squeeze their home jersey in at some point. You know what I mean?
It's just weird to me. I don't know. I just think it's bizarre. I mean,
and don't give the heat thing that much attention and power and energy, because now the more you talk about it, now we're making concessions with our own uniforms because of the heat. These are games that are going to be played 3 weeks from now. Nobody knows the weather in 3 weeks. Come on, man. Well, it ain't that bad.
I'm assuming that they need to tell the other teams what, so they can schedule their uniforms, whatever their opposing teams, but also, you know, the same way that when I played baseball at USF, my coach was like, yeah, there's the fog monster. We love the fog. We embrace the fog. We didn't say, oh, we're going to wear mock turtlenecks and bundle up because it's cold. We said we're going to embrace that as our home field advantage. Niners, embrace the heat as your home field advantage. Like, I just don't understand. I mean, I don't understand it because it's not very hot. I mean, I don't know.
And I just don't like bowing to the conditions or making concessions to the conditions. Like, I mean, you remember when we were growing up, like the Dallas Cowboys, and I mean, they still do this. They still wear their road jersey at home. Mm-hmm. Now, the reason for that back in the day is that from what and Rex, tell me if I'm wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure they used to think that wearing the blue jersey, which is technically the home Dallas jersey, is blue. But they would say we always play poorly in the blue or we have bad luck in the blue. So if you remember, a lot of times in the 70s and 80s when the Cowboys would be a road team, the home team would wear their whites and make Dallas wear their blue. Do you remember that, Tony? A lot of teams would do that.
Yeah.
Yep. And I always loved that the Niners never gave into that. Like Bill Walsh was like, I don't care. We're wearing our home. We're wearing red. It's a home game for us. We're not going to let them wear their home jersey on our field. Like, I love the way Walsh didn't like buy into that. And I wish the 49ers wouldn't buy into this whole kind of heat. It's too hot thing. Come on. First of all, I don't even think it's that significant. Sure it is. It's hot.
Sure.
These guys are world-class athletes. They're going to be okay. They can hydrate. They can stretch. They're fine. You know, I mean, what are we doing, man?
Also, I saw Scarlet Fire say, and I said it 5 minutes ago, it's not that hot down there. And dude, they have the greatest medical staff. They've got jugs and jugs and jugs of water and Gatorades, and they got IVs. They got.
What about Powerade, Tony? I prefer Powerade. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
I don't even know if Powerade exists anymore, but it did have its own healthy run. But I'm just saying, it's just unfortunate. And Paulie, you know what this goes back to? If you didn't build a stadium in Santa Clara, this would not be an issue. That's all I'm saying.
It is pretty unanimous at this point. After what's it been, 11 years now? Like the people have spoken. I mean, I think most people would like to see the Niners back in San Francisco. I might be one of those people. You know what I mean? Myself. I think Tony might be one of those people. But it is what it is. Now the problem is too is Levi's. I think it. Boy, it's been maligned. It's been criticized. I mean, the traffic, the parking lots, the heat. The fact that it's not San Francisco, Tony, the fact that it's kind of in the middle of nowhere. And when they show like the when they come out of a commercial break during the Niner game, they always show like Lombard Street, Alcatraz, the Golden Gate Bridge. They're not showing you like
Great American Parkway or they're not showing you like Highway 237. No. They're not showing you like
no. They're not. They're not showing you the Chili's right up the street. Here we are. Take a live look at Chili's, and there's the parking lot. And that's, dude. I used to. I've told you this before, but this is like when I was a season ticket holder, I used to go out to the concourse during at halftime and just hang out and get some air and stuff. And where my seats were on the north side of the stadium, section 54, I could see the city. Like at halftime, I would go out there and like my view from the concourse, you could see the skyline. And I always loved that. I'm like, I'm at Candlestick. I'm in the city. City's right there. I also love, Tony, that I lived in the city for like 20 years and I didn't even have to get on 101 to get to the game. I would just drive through the city and take the back roads, take 3rd Street. Shout out Carroll. Dude, park the car on Carroll. You and I parked on Carroll a couple of times. You got it.
And Jamestown.
Oh, dude, Jamestown. Listen, Tony, what do you want to do? Take a left at Paul Street? Fine. I'm going to Paul Street. You know what I'm saying, dude? Paul to Jamestown. Yeah.
And hey, Paulie, meet me at the Golden Eagle Deli for a great roasted turkey sando to bring into the lot for pregame. And then, hey, let's have the best tailgate scene in the history of my tailgating life.
No question. No question.
With Candlestick. I mean, I've tailgated in a lot of places. That parking lot was epic, man.
Remember like the Winnebagos and stuff? There would be with the flags. There would be all those like hundreds of them of Winnebagos. Those are people coming down from like Shasta, Shasta. People would travel, and they still do for Niner game. But you're right. The tailgate scene is not like what it was at the Stick back in those days.
Paulie, shout out the dirt lot of Candlestick.
I was Mr. Dirt Lot, dude. I was a dirt lot king. Yeah.
And I loved Monday Night Football tailgates because I remember my parents would pick me up from school, right out of school, and we go straight to the Stick to get into the lot early. And I'll never forget. I forget what year it was, but it was when the Washington Redskins at the time had the Hogs, the O-line.
Yeah, sure.
And we had a tailgate in the lot, and my dad and mom and all their friends did a tailgate, and they roasted a pig in honor of the Hogs. And news cameras came by, and like it was just vintage Candlestick tailgating where we were celebrating playing the Hogs, man. And so we had this huge hog on us on a rotisserie, and it was you don't see that anymore, dude. Like I don't know. And by the way, I just want to say, be careful after Niner games now. If they ever win, it becomes 4th of July where there's fireworks being lit off all over the place in the park.
I don't know if that's a good thing. We got little kids running around like old ladies. I don't know, like your grandma's out there. I don't know if we should be having firework battles. It gets like Escape from New York out there. Mad Max, you're right. At the end of games, if you just hang out for like an hour, it's anarchy. It's like lawless out there. It really is, man. But I when we talk about, and by the way, I've known Tony so long, I kind of know like his Candlestick resume. Let me tell you one of my favorite like trivia notes about Creative Tony of all time. I love this so much. That in 94, the third and final of the Dallas Niner NFC championships, 92, 93, 94, obviously the one that the Niners won. I love that. Just for you taking notes at home, write this down. Creative Tony went to that game and sat by himself.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how much I love that. Now, what were the circumstances that led you to have a single seat by yourself? Like, how did that happen?
So my two uncles were sitting together. My dad
right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my mom and dad were sitting together, I believe. And then my uncle said, "Hey, I've got this one solo ticket. Do you want it?" And I was like, absolutely.
That was it. Yeah, yeah. You go any way you could get into that game. You get in. Yeah.
And then, dude, I was wearing my F Dallas shirt and at the time, and it was section, what was it? Section 21, I think. Anyways, upper deck, but lower upper deck.
South side, Tony, south end, I want to say. Right. Yeah, yeah.
South end zone corner. And it was, you want to talk about one of the greatest crowds I've ever been a part of, man. It was just the loudest I've ever heard.
No, it was mayhem. Mayhem. Yeah.
It was a freaking party, man. It was so much fun. And so, you know, I've had some good crowds at Levi's. I will say that, man. Like the NFC Championship,
they've gotten better. Yeah, yeah, they have. They've been better over the years. Yeah,
dude, we were just reminiscing the other day. Sorry, Rags, but when Brett Maher, the kicker for the Cowboys, just kept missing field goal after field goal against the Niners. Yeah. Like the Niner fans were so good with the Cowboy fans, and it was a lot of fun. So there's been some good crowds at Levi's. I will say that, but nothing can replace the stick vibe for me, and just the whole scene. The broken down escalator that broke down every game.
Let's walk it, you guys. My kids used to be like, Dad, it's so high. I'm like, no, I know. This is Welcome to Candlestick, bro. Nothing works around here. By the way, shout out to Alfredo. What's up, Alfredo? Good to see you. He's shouting out his Raiders. The Raiders. Hey, here's what I got to say, Alfredo, about the Raiders. I hope you guys have a great year. I hope you beat Kansas City twice. I really do, or beat them at least once. I got no problem with the Raiders. Tony and I think have been pretty kind of in lockstep on this over the years, as far as I remember. First of all, Tony and I, if you want good trivia, Tony and I worked for the flagship of the Raiders in the late 90s. And I always enjoyed talking to Gruden and Tim Brown and all those guys, man. Lincoln Kennedy, it was a great group of dudes. And what was the name of that big fullback they had, the white dude from Stanford?
John Ritchie.
Yeah, dude, John Ritchie, bro, with the bloody face and everything. That was like, to me, like the last great era of Raider football, like those early 2000s. So to me, like I say this about Dallas, I think the NFL is better when Dallas is relevant, and I think in the AFC, the NFL is better when the Raiders are in the mix in some fashion. And it's been so long. Pete Carroll, I don't know. In fact, real quick, let's do a Raider moment. Like, what do you expect? I have no idea, because the Raiders have been such a hot mess for so long. I don't know if Pete Carroll can turn that thing around quickly. Do you think? Like, do you have any idea of what you would expect from the Raiders this year?
I think they're going to be good. I think the AFC West is going to be really tough, but I think the Raiders will be good. And Pete Carroll is a damn good coach. I will back Carroll forever. And I was with my buddy Max Medina yesterday. Shout out Max and his wife, Allie, 50th birthday party on the bay with a yacht.
Happy birthday, Allie. I love Allie. She's one of my favorites. And Max, that's one of the great couples of all time right there. Allie and Max, a couple of East Bay legends. If Allie sees us, happy birthday, Allie. Haven't seen you in a while, but you're one of my favorites.
Power move, by the way. They rented out a bay cruise and had a yacht rock DJ on the cruise. It was super fun. But talking to Max, he's
Christopher Cross, by the way, just asking.
Did I hear it? Of course. Actually, Allie dedicated the song Sailing to all of us, saying that, let's just sail away. Let's sail.
What about Ride Like the Wind? When you want to step on, like, make it a little more urgent, did you get a little Ride Like the Wind to be free again? Yeah.
We did. And we got some Michael McDonald. We covered a lot of the yacht rock bases. But talking to Max Medina, he was talking about he's excited about the Raiders, and legitimately excited about the players that they have. He's a big Brock Bowers guy. He loves Crosby as well.
I love Brock Bowers too. How do you not love Brock Bowers? I mean, that guy, that kid, he could wind up having a very long career. Brock Bowers. He's got all the freaking tools, man.
Yeah, exactly. And that they have that guy Ashton Genty. If I'm botching his last name, I apologize. But that rookie running back that they have high hopes for as well. So there's good, and Geno Smith, there's good vibes in Raiderland. And you know what, Paulie, I want to show something real quick, if you could.
Sure.
Let's just do this. Let me set it up first, because when you have an owner who basically takes care of himself the way this is how he lived.
Big Mark, you talking about Mark Davis? Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna turn the music down, but look at Mark Davis's home.
I've been waiting for this for weeks. I put this in bookmarks such a long time ago, dude. That is Mark Davis's freaking house.
Look at that. Look at that thing.
It looks like something from Planet of the Apes or something. You know what I mean? Like up in the mountain, or like a UFO landed on. That's his effing house.
I
Don't.
mean, it's unbelievable. So just goes to show you how much money do NFL owners have? Well, this is a good example right
They
here.
got a couple bucks. They got a couple bucks they can invest with Los D. I'll tell you that right now. Los D, hey, Mark Davis, give Los D a call. Let him freaking help you out of this mess. You know what I mean? Look at this joint, dude. How's he going to get around this? You need like a golf cart to drive around that place. That
Paul,
place that's insane.
Look at this though. Honest to God, if you see the where's the driveways? Yeah, right there. One driveway is probably bigger than my house. Like
Where's the drive? I don't even know what I'm looking at here. I swear to God, where's the so-called driveway?
I think those are all driveways.
Yeah, Breeze right there. I see the trucks and stuff. Yeah.
I think those are all driveways. So I think one garage is bigger than my entire house.
I'm guessing too that Tony, that roof doubles as like a helipad, like where the helicopter comes down. Fly me to the game. Fly my son to the game. He don't like to wait. You know what I mean?
You can have a house like that, but you can't find a good barber. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I know. How about I know the barber. And how about the ladies that are dating this guy? They're like, no, really, he's a nice guy. I'm really into him. Could you imagine like that? That's the dude on your arm. He's got the haircut from like 1973. You know, he's dating like a 25-year-old Raiderette. It's like this whole thing is wacky right here.
I can't say who he looks like, but if you've seen Tropic Thunder, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God, bro. You're going right up to the line now. I love it. I love when Tony gets edgy. No, like get edgy, man. Yeah. I'm not saying it either. But we're talking butterfly net and a hammer. Remember? You had the hammer in one hand, the butterfly net in the other.
Yeah.
Phenomenal call. Had never put that together, dude. Stiller from Tropic Thunder. Yep. Dude, remember that thing? Remember that thing Matthew McConaughey had in his office? It was like a cardboard cutout with like a mechanical hammer, swinging the hammer just back and forth in his office. Yeah.
Tropic Thunder. Wow. Yeah.
No, you can't. I wouldn't even talk about it at this point. Anybody could lose their, you know, I mean, it's too much.
But Tom Cruise and Tropic Thunder, we can talk about. So, by the way, Paulie, I have a bunch of supers to get to because the conversation's been flowing, and
we need to do that. And then we got to wrap. I wanted to get a couple Giants notes in there too, if we could, before we go. But let's do supers, Giants, and out. Yeah.
So Scarlet Fire going back to drafting Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. She says the Scarlet Fire family plays to win. Hashtag no emotions. Scarlet Fire. I love it in you. I love it. Go on with your bad self. If you can separate that, because I have a hard time separating that with fantasy football. I'm always like, I don't want to draft him because I can't root for him. So if you can do that, more power to you, Scarlet Fire. Thank you for the super.
Shout out Aerosmith, mixed emotions. Shout out Aerosmith, sweet emotion. Tony, go ahead.
Dude, or how about Whitney Houston? I get so emotional.
Yeah, throw it on the pile, brother. 100%.
Or
any other emotions I'm forgetting? Yeah. Dude, I got one. Billy Squire, emotions in motion. Okay.
Yes.
Emotions in motion. Go ahead.
And I don't know if I can do this, but I can't do it. I was going to try and sing Emotional Rescue, but I can't get that high.
You so silent in the night. So animal quiet. Dude, I will be your knight in shining armor, coming to your emotional rescue. Dude, Jagger. The spoken word thing in emotional rescue. Incredible.
You will be mine, you will be mine, you will be mine.
You will be mine, all mine. I will be your knight in shining armor. Dude, he's like riding across the desert on a fine Arab charger. By the way, I got my Stones album up this week. A little Some Girls for you. No, it's all about riding across the desert on a fine Arab charger. Yeah, dude, don't sleep on Jagger's spoken word prowess.
100%. And the falsetto is incredible, dude. Ray Goodman, did y'all talk about overrated Arch Manning? We did earlier, but we can talk about it again, Paulie. Like, that's tough stuff, man. That's tough stuff.
Well, the kid is a victim of hype. I mean, it's like just because he's a Manning doesn't mean he's going to be Eli or Peyton. I mean, let him be his own player. And I had a bad feeling about that, like going into the game, like a little bit too much hype. Kid hadn't taken any really meaningful snaps yet, and just was faced with a better team. It happens. I mean, I think Texas is going to be good, but a little humbling. I think that's good. You got to go through that. You don't just get anointed like, hey, you're the new guy. You got to earn that. And I think he took a lesson in humility on Saturday. Arch Manning.
Totally. I can't find the picture right now, but somebody sent it to me over the weekend where it's basically it's as if Arch Manning is unzipping a costume and then underneath it is Dak Prescott. It's pretty fun.
Wow. What, dude? I'm actually hearing Dak Prescott had a really good camp and a really good preseason. We'll see.
Yeah. Did he? Is this from Jerry Jones from the helicopter view as he's landing at practice?
I don't know. Maybe. Could be, Tony. Could be.
All right, here we go, Paulie. More supers, more supers. Let's go, Scarlet Fire again. Coming back again. She says, "Proud Cal grad, roll on them Bears." Yes, roll on you Bears. I'm very excited about this quarterback, Scarlet Fire. So thank you for the super.
Let me
Again,
ask you this, Tony. When it comes to the big game, when it comes to Cal and Stanford, forget about football, forget about X's and O's. To determine the champion based on the better venue. If you had one gig, I'm giving you one gig, one choice: Greek Theater or Frost. Go.
Greek Theater.
Me too. Me too now. Me too. Got to keep it real. Got to stay up in Berkeley. There's something about the Greek, dude. With the city back there, it's pretty special.
And also, I would pick Memorial Stadium over Stanford Stadium. Even though I like Stanford, and Stanford's got a great tailgate setup, I just love Memorial Stadium over Stanford Stadium. And I root Cal Bears over Stanford if in the big
I kind of
game.
do too. Keep the supers coming, T. Keep them coming.
Here we go. Escobar. Tony was singing, "I need a man with a slow hand." That's back to Dr. Young.
Yeah.
And the gentle hands of Dr. Matt Young and the Young Dental Group. Yes, I need a lover with a slow hand, right? What is that? Who is that? I want an easy touch. Who is that? Pointer Sisters? I wanna man. Do you know that song, Paulie?
I don't. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
Really?
I don't. No.
That is I want to love her.
Pointer Sisters.
Yes.
Sisters. Yeah, from Stevie Grishel. Thank you, Steve. Oh, by the way, I sent you the Red Devil certificate, Steve. If you don't have it yet, you should have it today or tomorrow. You'll have it anytime.
Thank you, Steve Groschel. That a boy. Congrats on that, by the way. Patty from Napa checking in.
Hey,
and, happy September. Sorry to be tardy. The PMP Army draft was fun. Yes, it was. And we'll see. We got to figure out what we're even playing for too. It might be fun to figure out some kind of dibs on something. But it was a lot of fun last night. And Paulie, we have Jared Goff as our quarterback. We also have Michael Penix as our backup. So
I don't know how I feel about Penix. How about this? I don't even participate in the draft, and I'll just come in criticizing everything. Yeah, I don't like Penix. I don't like this. I don't like that. I do like the Jared Goff poll, though. That could be a sneaky good move right there. I'm going to back Jared. I still back Jared Goff. I like him as a dude, and I like what he's done in the NFL. I don't care what anybody says. I like him.
He's got Jameson Williams. He's got Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's got the tight end, which I'm blanking on his name. The Italian last name. Laporta.
Thank you.
And he's got Jahmyr Gibbs as well. He's got Robinson in the background. Back.
Keep these supers coming, Big T. Keep them coming.
I'm psyched.
Is that it?
No. We're still going.
Okay.
X-Bar says no Bucky Larson. I don't know what Bucky Larson is. Who's Bucky Larson? Do you know?
I'm not sure. It might be I think it might have something to do with your Mark Davis Tropic Thunder call. I think. But I'm not entirely sure. Go ahead though. Keep them coming. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Escobar, for the. Oh yeah. Oh, he does. Yeah. Bucky Larson, Born to be a Star. It's a dark comedy from 2011.
Easy. Go easy.
I'm just saying. I'm just looking at the.
We got Cron 4 now. We got Cron 4 things. We got people watching. Go ahead.
Yes, exactly. And finally, Marky Graves says, your thoughts on the Rock weight loss. I just saw a photo, and I don't know. I think he's fine. I don't know. Have you seen it, Paulie? I don't know.
Well, let me tell you something real quick. And thank you, Gravy. Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. I got to say, I saw something over the weekend, and I did a double take, and I looked at it twice. Because it was after, I think it was when I got home from fishing. And by the way, dude, I was in ash. It was like 105 degrees, dude. We're on this rowboat. Bam! Just getting pelted with the sun. Bam! But I was pulling up so many bass. I had a great time. I didn't care. But anyway, when I got home, I was dehydrated. I was totally tired. Just guzzling water. In any case, I'm flipping around Twitter. I see this thing. It goes, The Rock enjoys a 15-minute standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival or whatever. So I look at it, and I guess he's in some new movie. And I was like calling BS. I'm like, nobody ever gets a 15-minute standing ovation. It's like, dude, Martin Luther King didn't get a 15. Like, it just doesn't happen. So I looked at that twice. I'm like, 15 minutes?
No.
Is that for real? And but anyway, I did notice that he looked a little slimmed down, but it didn't look that dramatic. Maybe I need to see some other pictures. I don't know. Did you see anything, Tony?
I didn't notice a massive weight loss, but I did notice that he did look smaller. But he's also getting older too. And but he's an amazing. I mean, like I'm a Rock fan, like because I've followed him for my kids and all the stuff he does for kids movies and stuff. And he
I
just
got no
seems,
problem with The Rock. I'm cool with The Rock. You know, they do say, though, if you are a bodybuilder like that, like The Rock or Arnold Schwarzenegger, you kind of have to keep doing that, because if you don't maintain that, like, your physique gets really weird. It turns into like Jello and stuff. So I don't know. But if he could like slim down from being that bodybuilder kind of physique, good for him. You know what I mean? He's probably healthier. Yeah.
dude, Escobar, he's off the juice. Escobar says he's off the juice.
Well, that's a nice, exactly. I didn't want to say, but you're probably right, dude. You're probably right. He's
okay,
on freaking juice.
To me, look at Barry Bonds, and we don't know what he was on or was if
Dude,
he was on.
Barry Bonds walk up now with his bicycle and stuff. I'm like, who is this guy? Like, he weighs like 160 pounds. I'm like, that ain't Barry Bonds. All right, Tony, speaking of, couple quick notes and then we're out of here. The Giants are now pretty much playing the best baseball of the entire year. Devers is off his ass. Adames is off his ass. Dude, Verlander again, just going out there and getting gritty wins, bro. Verlander was great over the weekend. Logan Webb tonight in Colorado. Another big win yesterday. Tons of offense. I just wish we could have seen this a couple of months ago. That's all. It's coming together, though, but it's a little late.
24 games left. They're 5 out of the wild card. The Reds are 4 out of the wild card, and then the Mets hold the 3rd slot. So, yeah, it's a long shot as long as long shots go, but they're still not out of it. So I'm going to be watching every day, and you never know which stranger things have happened. Dude, they've won 8 of their last 10. Adames, 26 home runs, 75 RBIs, buddy. I mean, like, he's definitely had a great second half of the season. You got to tip your cap to Adames. This kid Gilbert, Drew Gilbert, dude, 9 for his last 18, 4 for his last 4, 7 for his last 9.
I love Drew Gilbert. I love him. Chapman's choking him in the dugout, for Christ's sake. Did you see the celebration start choking him? It's fantastic. Yeah.
And Verlander.
Next time I see you, that's going to be how we celebrate. Niner touchdown, Tony. Just start choking me out. That'll be how we celebrate from now on. Yeah, just choke me. Yeah.
Verlander, just to give Verlander some love, and I actually wouldn't mind seeing Verlander back as a Giant next year. I got to be honest with you.
Isn't that crazy how it's turned on him? All year long, he was scuffling, and he started putting some nice starts together, and it was like he's finding it. We were saying that about 6 weeks ago, like he's starting to find it, and now he's back to being kind of the Verlander we're familiar with, you know?
And give the guy some offense. He's gotten offense in the last couple of games, and he's 2-0 in his last 2 starts, 11 innings total. Only 2 runs given up in those 11 innings and 15 Ks. So that's great for Verlander, man. I'm really happy for him. And I love the Adames production. And, dude, Matos and Adames combined for 8 hits on Friday night, dude.
It's crazy, dude. And Devers is going ape-ass right now, dude. He's really found his swing. Yeah.
I ran into on this boat cruise that I was on yesterday for my friend Ali Medina's 50th birthday. I met a dude named Alex, big Red Sox fan, and he was like, dude, you're going to like having that kid. You're going to like having Devers. He's like, it's been a slow start, but you need to realize that guy mashes, and you're going to like having him. He goes, even though the Red Sox have gotten better without him, I would still rather have him. And I said, okay, that's actually a very good thing to hear, because, you know, it's been tough sledding for Devers, but he's gotten hotter as the season's ending. And I'm going to still watch. We got Logan Webb on the bump tonight. Robbie Ray tomorrow in Colorado. Hey, man, I'm just going to say, you never know. You just never know.
No, win your games. The best thing you can do is just go out there, play winning baseball, and let the chips fall where they may. I think the one good thing, even if the Giants fall short of some miraculous, surge where they get in as a wild card, I think the one good thing we can actually hang our hats on, Tony, is it's starting to look like this might become something like next year, like Devers and Adames at the core and Chapman, like those 3 dudes. Then you add in like a Matos. And, listen, I expect Buster's probably going to find another arm in the postseason. I think he will go out and find another starting pitcher somewhere. Maybe it's Verlander, like you said. Maybe they keep him on the rotation or on the staff. But I like where it's going. I didn't a couple of months ago, but I'm starting to like what this looks like and where this could be going. So even if they fall short this year, if they end the season playing good baseball in September, I'm relatively happy looking forward to next year. And I kind of like what the core of this group is starting to look like. So, and everything you said about Devers, I agree with. I mean, you're seeing it now. Like, this is who this kid is. Yes, there was an adjustment period, but now, like that home run yesterday, dude, that was a blast. I mean, he's got serious pop, this dude.
Right. And it's interesting to note, Paulie, that with Devers playing first base and with Dom Smith playing first base, and then you have Bryce Eldridge, and like Do you possibly try to use Bryce Eldridge as a trade piece to get a stud starter next year? I'm just because you have Dom Smith to play first, you have Devers to play first. I don't know. Or do you want Eldridge to come up and play first? That kid Dom Smith, there's something about that guy.
I like him too. I like Dom Smith too. So far, all the Doms in my life are pretty damn good at what they do. I got Dom Peralta, P&P art director. I got Dom Ryan mashing down to Santa Barbara, and I got Dom Smith playing first base for the Giants and being a good Giant. I like Dom Smith too. So that's 3 Doms, and all 3 of them excel in their own way. Yeah.
Where do you rank Dom DeLuise?
Very high, Tony. Very high. Burt Reynolds would have been lost without him. All right, let's do this. I want to thank Dr. Matt Young. By the way, Dom DeLuise, we'll see how hardcore you want Dom DeLuise. I didn't know we were going to talk DeLuise today, but here it comes, and you're not ready for it.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants to laugh, find the movie Dom DeLuise starred in late 70s. It's called Fatso. Okay.
What?
Fatso. Have you ever seen Fatso? I'm not kidding, dude. Dom DeLuise stars as Fatso. He's this big, obviously he's a big guy. He's eating all his food. The whole movie's about him trying to lose weight. Look into it. Dom DeLuise Fatso. You brought it up. I give it to you. That's my recommendation.
And Scarlet Fire's got your back. She just said
you got my back. Fatso. See, dude, Jeff Winkler, Fatso rules. See, dude, Fatso does rule. It really does. All right, Tony, I want to thank Dr. Matt Young. Winks and I, man, lockstep, bro. Fatso for life, dude. You guys want to do Fatso? We're having some people over. We're going to watch Fatso. By the way, very politically incorrect for 2025 to have a film named Fatso. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm just sorry.
Throw it up there. Throw it up. Let me see something. Give me something on Fatso. Yeah.
Let me get a good pick here because it's. Yeah.
I saw it. I've seen Fatso, bro.
Oh boy. So sorry.
Good thing you mentioned Dom DeLuise. We're about to end the show, but now we could be going into a whole other segment here. Give me some footage. Give me something on Fatso, Tony. I'm waiting.
Stand by. All right. Let me
Maybe
share
even a trailer. Can you bring a trailer? Give me something. Give me a movie poster.
1980.
Yeah, look at him. What's he holding right there? A hot dog? What is that?
He's holding a hot dog.
Yeah. Dude. Look how happy he looks. You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, I like to eat. They can just call me Fatso. Yeah.
Dude, more power to him and more power to Dom DeLuise. I love that we're ending the show with Dom DeLuise chat.
I love that we're having a serious discussion about Fatso. How about Winks? I've seen it a few times. I've seen it multiple times. I would too. They don't show it enough because it's so objectionable. But yeah, dude, Fatso. All right.
Yeah.
If you what go ahead, Chico.
I'm gonna say I want that shirt. If anything, I want that. Look at the butterfly collar. It's got the.
I'm just looking at the joy on his face. I mean, that's a happy human being. I mean, you got to find your happiness somewhere. He found it with food. That's all. He likes a good hot dog when nobody's looking.
Dare I ask, what is the plot of Fatso?
Well, the plot is he's trying to lose weight. The whole movie is about how he's trying to slim down because his life is so messed up because he's so heavy. But then as far as I remember, Winks at the end, he just throws his hands up, doesn't he? And goes back to being a fat guy. That's kind of how I remember it. It's been a very long time since I've seen Fatso. Yes.
Let's get a 2025 version with Big Dom.
You mean Fat Dom from the Eagles?
Yes.
Yeah, but Fat Dom is not as enjoyable as Dom DeLuise. You know what I mean? Like Dom DeLuise is a funny comedian. Fat Dom is an objectionable blimp who walks around on Sirianni's hip. I don't like him. All right,
who would you rather have on a dartboard, Paulie? A mug of Big Fat Dom or Sirianni to throw darts at?
Ooh, that's boy.
I'm going Sirianni.
Okay, well then I'll take Fat Dom. We'll divide and conquer. We'll take care of both of them together, and we'll do it as a team. All right, Tony. Thank you, Dr. Matt Young. Tony looks great. His crown looks great. If you're thinking about making a switch, you need some dental care, talk to Dr. Matt Young. Trust me, he's fantastic. 415-392-8611 or email him info@youngdentalsf.com. Dude, nice photo. Look, Dr. Young looks money, dude. He looks really good.
Totally.
Very healthy. Nice tan. All right. Also, shout out to Carlos De La Fuente and Flex Funding. Such a great time hanging with Carlos last week, dude. Let's do it again. Let's do it again during football season. Let's have and that, Tony, you mentioned earlier today, we could have a group outing when the Springsteen movie comes out. We could have a group outing to watch a 49er game. Tony, if I may, we could have a group outing as long as somebody offers up the house in the TV room, a group outing to watch Fatso. Some night we'll just rent Fatso and we'll all sit there. Maybe do like a potluck. We'll all bring some food. We won't even party. We'll just eat the whole time in honor of Dom DeLuise. Fatso group outing. It's on the table for your consideration.
I also saw that Los D will be here at the SISH Bruce Mahoney football game on November 7th. So we might have to gather some folks for that at Kezar Stadium, by the way, in the heart of San Francisco. So
I love Kezar Stadium. Robert Plant played at Kezar Stadium, and a dove flew into his hand. How hippie and perfect is that? Oh, there's a bloody dove in my hand. The dove just flew into his hand. You know what I mean? Like the king of the hippies. Anyway,
very, very snug bell bottoms too. I mean, when I say snug, very snug.
So snug that the twigs and berries are on full display for the world. In San Francisco, here they are.
Yeah.
Welcome to the hate, and here's my twigs and berries. And by the way, shout out to Robert Plant's light blue T-shirt. Tony, nurses do it better. Okay, that's the shirt he wore at Kezar. Nurses do it better. Whatever he's referring to, I'm not sure. I'm still trying to thank Carlos and Flex Funding. Thank you, Tony. Carlos De La Fuente, Flex Funding. Any financial matter, financial question, financial assistance, you need it, he's got it. 925-250-4894. Also, email Carlos. It's carlos@myflexnow.com. Tony, final words, and we'll send our friends into the lunch break. Go ahead, buddy.
If you got a problem, Los will solve it. Check out the Los while the Los D revolves it. Okay? So there you
Fine
go.
with me. Fine with me. That's fine with me. Creative Tony, great to be back. Great to be posting new show. Yeah, trust him, dude. Trust him, learn him, live him, love him. He's the guy for all of us. And great to see all our friends today. Dom and the Nutter and John Joseph and Joe Schmo, Rags, Winks, all you guys. By the way, I saw Neil Denardi popped up on the chat. Yeah, dude, see what I'm saying? Look at that. Oh, maybe Nurses Do It Better was in Oakland. Nurses Do It Better was in Oakland. But, dude, the shirt, dude, it's got no front, little what kind of shirt is he wearing? It's incredible.
It's like a little blouse. And, dude, by the way,
like a little blouse. I got a cigarette and a dove. Any questions?
and
Yeah.
that grin on his face is, I would say, as generated by some extracurricular help. And then the snug jeans, dude.
That's the San Francisco that I love. It's Robert Plant in the hate at Kezar with a dove in his hand and a smoke in the other. You know what I mean?
Totally, dude. That is incredible, man.
It really is. That's Kezar Stadium right there. And great work, Tony, bringing that up. All right, thank you, Los. Thank you, Dr. Young, and thank all of you in the PNP family. Great to see you guys. Hey, enjoy your Tuesday. Tomorrow night, I'm working on a special guest. Let me see if I got a confirmation. No, not yet. All right, might have a special guest tomorrow night. We'll see, but the night flight returns. Tony, have a great Tuesday. Go Logan Webb. Go Giants. And then don't forget the return of the Hot and Sour picks are Friday. We got football on Thursday. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Football is back, and we are in business. And thank you. Fun time today, Tony. Go ahead. Final words, buddy.
Got just a couple of sound pieces to dedicate to Logan Webb tonight.
You got the touch. You got the power. Yeah.
And
Class dismissed.
Ooh, look at a crossfade of a creative Tony, dude. The crossfade. Go ahead. I know what you're doing over there, crossfading. Tony, great to see you. Really fun to be back. You guys missed everybody. So have a great Tuesday, short week this week. We'll see you tomorrow night on the PMP night flight at 8 p.m. Cheers, y'all. Enjoy your Tuesday, everybody.
see you tomorrow night, everybody.